We get signs every day, all the time. Our loved ones want us to laugh and smile and feel joy. Right, Suze?
Yeah.
They do. And Susan's had a couple of near-death experiences, so she's been there and come back, so I trust her. I trust her more than I trust myself in that regard, which is why I love having these conversations. If this is your first social club, my name is Jen Weigel. I've been researching people like Susan for the past 20-plus years, doing investigative research on the other side from people who've been there and can tell me more about it. I became fascinated with the topic when my father, Tim Weigel, a sportscaster, died 22 years ago, believe it or not. And 22 years ago, I set on a mission to try to interview as many people like this because I didn't believe in any of this stuff. I thought it was all woo-woo, and then I started having my own experiences, one after the other, and I just couldn't explain it. So I kept asking questions, and I kept meeting people like Susan. And so I really want you to know that this is a gift that Susan's here, because she lives in Arizona most of the time, so this is pretty sweet. So grab your microphone there, Suze, and welcome to Madame Zuzu's. Yes. And the cord. Go ahead, talk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is this thing on? So first of all, Susan, you've had a couple of near-death experiences. Tell us what happened to you when you saw the light, if you will.
Well, I was pregnant with my only child, and it was the pregnancy from hell. Very, very sick. And I was 4 months pregnant, went into cardiac arrest. I spent about 3/4 of the pregnancy in the hospital. So Alex truly is a miracle baby. She really is. But anyway, when I went into cardiac arrest, it's interesting because when they say when the soul goes up, it exactly does that. So wherever you're laying, the soul extracts up. And you see everything. You see everything that's happening. And as I'm going, now there's a light, and it's a very bright light, but you don't feel it. You like it. You think it's beautiful. But until you go directly under it, is you feel every magnetic, beautiful energy that light represents. So, do we have free will to go to it?
What does that mean, like, when you feel it, like a sunburn?
No.
Like, give me an idea, like a rash?
No,
like a bliss?
No, there's
Okay.
nothing bad about this
Okay.
light.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
There is no evil. There's a purity. You want more.
So it's heat?
No,
Okay.
I would say it's not. It wasn't hot. It was very bright, though.
Okay.
And it was really interesting because you see it, but until you get under it, then you feel every magnetic power it has to offer.
Got it.
So right when I was underneath it, it pulls you, and you just want more, and you're not afraid. That's why it's free will when you see that light, and I always tell people, go into the light. It will never punish you. You could be the worst human being on earth, and you know what? You need to go through it. And you need to meet with God, and then that's another story for another time. But the light is very pure for everybody, and it's not exclusive. So when I went there, you know, it's like going through a cloud tunnel. Everything was white. I didn't see any darkness with this. And who I saw was my grandfather who passed away. And I wanted to hug him.
Because you loved your grandfather.
I loved him. And it was interesting because all the pain that I had on earth, believe me, I wanted to die. It's gone. Immediately, it's gone. So for every loved one that has passed and they've been sick, as soon as they take their last breath, as soon as they close their eyes, it's over. It's over. So you need to be happy for them. We're selfish. We want our loved ones here, okay? No doubt, we do. But you need to feel happy for them where they're going. They graduated. You get to go to the higher power. And that's what it is. So I'm there on the other side, and I'm like, this is great. I couldn't wait to see him, and I went to hug him, and he said, no, you got to go back. And I said, no, I feel so good. And I wasn't pregnant. Mm-hmm. I was perfect. And he says, you've got work to do. And I says, I don't want to go back. I was very depressed in going back. And it was funny because I see everybody that had passed. And I also see all the animals that I had. So all the animals that you have are all there. There's no doggy heaven, animal heaven. We all go to the same place. So I'm telling you, All our animals are up there. And I just wanted to take them all. It was like they were all there. Is there music on the other side? You betcha. Are there colors and yeah, that's okay. I like that you said that. Amen to that. There's colors, landscapes. Water is very, very important on the other side. So why is it here that it's so good when we're near water and nature? Because it is very, very much mimics a little trace to the other side.
Sort of like sunsets and sunrises.
It's all there. It's all there. And you have this ecstasy of peace. Okay. So are there angels? You betcha. They're there. That's why I'm a big, big guru on angels, and I have it on my YouTube. So if you want to know about them, make it your business to know. Because when you know, they're God's extensions, but when you know what they do and what they specialize in, they're only going to help you more.
And they need to be called on, apparently, because of free will, so they need a job. So you have to hire them. So that's your job, to hire them and say, hey, angels,
That's right.
I need a job, come to Madame Zuzu's in Highland Park, blah, blah, blah. So whatever it is, give people 3 archangels and their jobs right now for them to start. Because I was talking to Daphne here after seeing you give your presentation at our All Souls retreat in November.
Right.
You went through all the archangels and their specialties. So give us your top 3 specialty angels right now so people can start to pray to them every day for certain things.
Archangel Michael for protection, healing. When you're saging, call upon him. When you're traveling, when you want to pray for your children, when you want to pray for safety, I am telling you. And pray for yourself, okay?
Michael's the protector.
Yeah,
Okay.
Love and protection. Anybody who suffers from immense anxiety, Archangel Gabriel, you will feel his presence. You can actually, if you really tune in, you'll feel his hands on you, and it radiates, and you won't feel this anxiousness. If you want to heal and you are very, very sick, Archangel Raphael. Okay, I just did a new one, Archangel Sandalphon, and that's a really good one. And this is
Sandal, like a shoe fawn, Phon, Sandalphon.
Yeah.
What is Sandalphon's gig?
It's all about complete peace and serenity.
Ooh, I like that.
I know. This one just was released this week on YouTube.
The angel wasn't new to the angelic realm. It's just her new video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I always say we can't learn enough about them.
Right.
All right. We need them. So need them back. Bring them. Invite them. They're waiting for you. They're waiting to be asked. Now, many of us have loved ones on the other side. This is the one thing I want to stress today. If I could walk away from anything that I've given you today, it's this message. Stop thinking that they're gone. If anything, they're more stronger while they've crossed over than when they were here. The problem is you're looking at it in a human way that they have to be here in a physical way. Okay? Physically, the body is a shell. Okay? It's kind of like, what is it? The pearl. In the clam? Oyster. Okay. So when you extract the pearl, that is the beauty of it. The shell doesn't mean anything. This is our bodies are the same way. When our soul extracts from it, it's just a shell. The body doesn't mean anything. So I never say, oh, so-and-so died, so-and-so. No, they're very, very much alive in spirit. Now, second thing, if you start talking to them like they're still here, you are going to get the profound divine messages. You are cutting off their energy because you can't phantom that they're here. They are. But you have to do the work to invite them here. This is very, very important. So it's what we do. We can either get them or we can let them go. It's not done on purpose, but your thoughts are very powerful. I talk to every single person that was once here, and I still have conversations. My dad passed away 3 years ago. I cannot tell you how many conversations I've had with my father. So much vivid conversations that he's told me things that I get mad at, and I'm having an argument with them.
Right. But for those who don't see dead people, it can still suck that we can't call them.
But here's the thing, you don't have to see them.
Right.
You can hear them. But you don't have to be a psychic medium.
Right, but you can still feel them, you can dream about them.
You can dream about them, but you can talk. The
Right.
way you're talking to the angels, think about something. If you're talking to the angels and inviting them in, you can do that with your loved ones. Here's what I say. Don't look for them. Let spirit find you. You're trying to micromanage. On the other side, there are no human abilities. There's no ego. Okay? There is nothing like that. We're the ones doing it to ourselves. Let the spirit find you.
So with all the readings you've done, and you've done thousands and thousands of readings with people,
I have.
they come to you and they say,
Yeah.
I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm pissed, I'm this, I'm blah, I'm blah, why me, why them, why
Yeah.
this? So what would you say to those people that is a constant message coming from the other side that they want for us?
For one thing, you have to make your peace. Now, let's say you had a mother that was very abusive and she wasn't a nice lady. There's a lot of clients that do not have good relationships with their parents. You need to forgive them. Here, I just had one yesterday, matter of fact. It was Saturday, I worked all day at Oakbrook. And I had this one lady and she says, my mother is a narcissist. If I hear narcissist, probably 30 times a day. There's a lot of narcissistic people out there.
And this is a dead narcissist we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she just said, I just can't get through it, blah, 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 And I said, here's the thing. The problem isn't your mother, it's you. And she just looked at me. And I said, because you're holding on to who she was and you're holding on to the energy. How about if you looked at your mother that this was as far as she could be? This is as much as she could be. Think about that. So in a way, you need to actually not only feel bad for her, but forgive her. You signed up in a past life experience to give her unconditional love. Now, she poo-pooed it. She's like, forget it. Your soul contract is done. She will always be your mother in this lifetime, but what you set out to do. That's why when I hear people go, I would never have picked my mother. You did. You won't remember it, but you did. Okay. The reason that you did this was maybe to help her soul growth and give her that unconditional love that you are such a sweet person, even though she rejected your love. It's like a mortgage, okay? You get a mortgage, and you're working for 2 years, and everything is good. Now you lost your job, you can't pay the mortgage. What happens? The bank forecloses. Your contract is null and void. No different than soul contracts with our humans. Think about that.
So what if you had an amazing parent and they died young, or child and they died too soon, or whatever? And you're not angry. You're just sad. You're just missing them.
You should be sad. You should be sad,
Right.
okay? Because it's a human emotion.
Right.
We're not spiritual. We're not spirits, okay? And the other side yet. But you can help it along by embracing. Let's say cancer. A lot of people have cancer. It's horrible. It's debilitating to watch. As much as you don't want them to be gone, they always come back beautiful. And when you have a dream, they always come back their best. We have the power to edit our minds. Think about that. So we can decide if we want to remember them frail and depleted in bed dying, which I refuse to do, or we can remember them whole. That was just a way to go. That is not what solidifies who their spirit is. So if we have the power to edit our minds about good and bad, we really do have the power to what we choose to hold on to. So I choose to remember the good things. Many times I'll say, I see your mom in this floral dress with this beautiful lipstick, her hair looks great, and they're going, oh my God, I have that picture of my mother. I know exactly the picture you're talking about. And I say, okay, take that picture, frame it. Whenever you're missing your mother, look at that picture because this is who she is now. And it gives you yeah, you feel good about it. Now, I had 2 sisters, and they were 2 daughters, and their mother passed, and they lost their mother. They were 3 and 5 when they lost their mother, and they were shuffled around through family. And the message that I got from the mother, because the mother walked in with them, I saw the 2 daughters walking in my office, and I actually saw this mother, and I can see her. And she said, Susan, please tell them I always silently watched them. I watched them growing up. And she says, now, I have one daughter that won't believe you. And I know which one it was already. And she says, tell my younger one, I know she's getting married, and she has my veil, and I'm so touched that she's going to wear it for her wedding. And I told her, and they just were like, yes. And I said, okay. I said, your mother's here. And it was really beautiful. And I felt their pain because losing a mother is probably the worst for any child, but then being shuffled around was probably even the worst because you never had nurturing. You didn't have that constant love that children need. But when you can verify that, but it's more than that, when you're open to things, more will come.
So the more you open the door, the more the signs will show up. That's like Dr. Mary Neal, who wrote the book To Heaven and Back. Mm-hmm. She was dead for 30 minutes, no oxygen. And she was in the arms of Jesus, supposedly, and all this. She wrote a couple of best-selling books. And she said, the more you acknowledge those signs, the more often they start happening, like gangbusters.
Don't look for them. Like, oh, is it the bird? Oh, is it my mom? First of all, and I tell people all the time, the bird's not your mother. Your mother will send you the birds, okay? And people, I feel so bad because they're so trying to hang on to anything, and I get it. But no, they didn't send you the cardinal. They didn't send you the hawk. But they're showing it to you,
right?
Okay.
They sent it to you, that it's not them.
It's never
your dad
them.
isn't a hawk.
It's never them.
Okay.
Okay. So here's something that I really, and Jen knows this. Jen and I, we speak a lot. And the second near-death experience. Now I've had my daughter. She's 6 years old, and I'm having sinus surgery, and they couldn't get me up from the anesthetic. Okay. So did I die? No, I was clinically still alive, but I remember seeing my two angels, the first time and the second one, same angels. Interesting. A lot of people, a lot of psychic mediums say you only have one angel. Nope. And I fought that a lot. I go, until you have a couple near-death experiences, come talk to me, okay? Because you're not in a position to tell me that. You can have more than one guardian angel, all right? So I'm going there, but this time it was very overwhelming because I heard all the voices and they were all prayers. Please, dear God, help me. Dear God, help this. Da-da-da. It was like 10 freeways and you're hearing all these noises of prayers all over and you're just like, whoa. And then all of a sudden I get through to the other side and I'm looking like, what is all this? And the Blessed Mother appears. And she said, do you know what you're hearing? And I said, I know that they're prayers, but what is all this? And she says, those are the prayers all around the world that everybody is praying. And I just sat there, and I've witnessed the Blessed Mother many times. Every time I have surgery, she's always at the foot of my bed praying for me. That's how humble and beautiful she is. All right, so I'm listening. And she made me listen to it in silence. And then she said to me, the power of prayer is miraculous. 2 or more people praying for the same subject at the same time is volumes. She says, when you go back, and here I'm thinking, here we go again, I'm going back.
You got kicked out twice.
I said,
I have abandonment issues. If I was kicked out of heaven twice, I don't think there are enough therapists to fix me.
Like,
I don't. You're like, really? I can't stay now? Okay, so they kick you out after you hear 100,000 prayers that you can't answer.
Yeah, and I remember the power of prayer. She wanted me to know.
Wow.
And I thought, okay. And I thought, this is really important. I mean, I knew prayer chains and the power of prayer is important, but I never realized how important it was. And then I really started seeing evidence. You can pray over Zoom, you can pray on the phone, you can pray in person. But if you all do it together at the same time, it speaks volumes of getting it done. So it's really important.
That is important. All right, we're going to get to the psychic questions. I want to dovetail on that. I interviewed a woman named PMH Atwater who investigated children and their near-death experiences. And she interviewed all these children who couldn't compare notes, they couldn't Google anything, they couldn't YouTube it. And they said when they were in the light, they could see the prayer from the person praying to the one they're praying for, going as a rainbow of light from the heart of the prayer to the heart of the prayee. A rainbow of light from point A to point B. So your prayers land somewhere when they're heartfelt prayers. So think of that when you're texting your friends and you text 4 people, 2 people to pray for somebody. When you're sending out that energy, send that rainbow. I tell my son that all the time. Send a rainbow. Don't send sludge. Because it comes back. It's a boomerang. You think that they deserve it, I'm going to think crappy thoughts about them. And then it goes.
Yeah,
It hits you.
she's right.
It comes
Always
back.
wish good things, even if people aren't nice, because whatever you wish for will come back to you. Really quick, Archangel Sandalphon is the messenger to take your prayers to God.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a
So
really
think of like the shortcut to God, Sandalphon.
Well, he holds a harp, and I remember the first
Don't
time.
they all hold harps?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't.
Oh,
really,
really?
they don't. Yeah, they don't.
That
They're all
just
kind of different. They've got
changes
their
my
colors.
visual. Okay.
Well, I remember the first time, and I remember seeing this angel with a harp. I had no idea who this was. It wasn't my guardian angel, but I had no idea. Then when I started doing research, I'm like, this is who I saw. Okay, he's the one noted for the harp, but he expedites the prayers to God.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to tell you
I think
that.
that's great.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
5G, Sandalphon. Okay, you go first, and that way they can't yell at me.
Okay.
Oh gosh, we got a couple. All right, go ahead. You take that one. What does it say?
I don't know. I don't have my glasses on. You're going to have to read it. I can't read. Sorry, guys. I don't have my glasses on. I'm as blind as anything.
Sarah P. Sarah P. Hi, Sarah P.
Hi, Sarah.
What's your question? Great grandparents? Your 2 grandparents? 3 grandparents.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You were really close to one of them the most, and I do want to say it, and they walk alongside you. This grandparent really likes to walk. I want to say that. It's a female, and I really like her. She's very sweet, but her posture has never been better. She did not have good posture. I know. She's showing me. Look at me. She's doing this, because she was like this, okay? And she's telling me, don't worry. Here's the thing. Remember what I taught you. She used to talk to you quite often, and you're acting lost, and she's telling me to tell you you know the answers. Dig deep and just lay still, and you will know what to do. Who is the grandparent that likes sweets? Got it. She's showing me strudel and coffee cake. Okay? So when all else fails, have a cup of coffee, think about it, have your dessert. But I do want to say she's with you, more than you know. Okay? Here's another thing. I'm going to tell it to you and the audience. It's very important to pray for their souls. Always ask God to bless their spirit and their souls each and every day. They get the prayers. It really helps them. As much as we need it, it helps them. Now, she's also saying about the dream. There's a dream about something, or somebody had a dream about them. So you're going to have to kind of ask. I want to say is a male who dreamt about one of your grandparents. Okay? And I want to say, I'm sorry?
Ask around.
Yeah, because that was real. You're wearing the invisible veil. I can tell you already. Invisible veil is when you are taking it so hard that they can't come through, because you're putting these invisible blockers around. So when you can make your peace with it, then they can come straight through. Okay. No.
Thank you, hon. Julia was stuck to Sarah. So Julia Daneker. Hi. What's your question as you're eating a gluten-free treat?
I don't know that I have an exact question.
Pick a lane. No, remember we said you can't just say.
Well, we had a conversation before this started, and I
Okay.
really spent about 10 minutes with them.
Oh, so you
we
know.
did talk about a lot of things,
Cool.
and we talked about the importance of what? Clearing our space. So do it. Everybody needs to listen to this. You need to sage. I say sage at least once a week. Leave the windows closed for 2 hours. I know everybody says, oh, open the windows. No. Okay? No. Years ago, sage came from Egypt, from the Egyptian times when they lived outside, and then the Native American Indian, where they always lived outside. So, when you're saging your house and you've got some nasty juju, you're going to keep the windows closed for 2 hours. because that sage, you're giving it a chance to shrink it all down to nothing. Then after 2 hours, you want to open up and you want to air out, you can very much air out the debris. When people would say, I sage and it's not working, I'd say, well, how do you sage? And then I learned by listening that they're saging wrong. That's when I put it on my YouTube, the correct way to do it, and it's made all the difference in the world. Okay?
Watch your YouTube. It's awesome on saging. And everyone should do that to their space, to their car, to their house. You know, when everything feels stuck,
Yeah.
just do it.
Do it. She's right.
You have crabby people over, get out the sage.
She's
All right.
right on the money.
Don't ask them that.
Okay. Laura P. Laura. Ah, look at you. Suthasai.
I'm really trying to question. I try to relate. I don't.
Work, love, family. Pick
When,
one.
can I ask you really quick, when's your birthday? I'll figure you out.
February 26th.
When?
2/26/62.
Okay. You need to stop leading with your heart.
Stop reading.
Yeah, leading with your heart. I'm going to go right to it. That's exactly what you're doing wrong. I love your heart, but it's too much and you're making wrong decisions based on your heart. You got to go with your gut and you got to go with your mind, logic. Pay attention. I know what I'm saying to you. I love your love, but you're wasting it on the wrong people that are taking advantage of that love. You give to takers that give back. You don't give to takers that run. So if I can leave you with that message just for you, that's what you need to hear today.
Does that resonate? Does that resonate?
Yes. Thank you.
Her friend says yes.
Yeah, because you know why? She's too humble. Heartfelt people will not see that.
Right?
It's the
There you go.
truth.
I
Okay.
see that.
Nathan S.
Nathan S. Nathan. Nathan, hi. Brother, sister team? You want to? Does mom approve of your decision for next year or have any messages for all of you? Okay.
Are you going to a different school? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, okay. Well, good for you. No, be happy. Be happy. Is it a smaller school? It's a big, okay. All right, listen to me. You are such a sweet girl and you're very intuitive. So what's going to get you through this big school is really, really trusting what you're getting. And you don't need to do something that's making you uncomfortable. Okay? Yeah, you're growing though. So that part I will say. Is that your brother? Are you in sports a lot? You're really good. Your mom is with you all the time. Okay. Your mom, right? Your mom. Okay. She's with you all the time. She watches you. And you know what? When she was alive, she was your biggest fan. She wants you to continue doing what you're doing. This is going to make all the difference in the world. You're like a little star on the field. Be happy. Trust me, energetically, she's making you this good. I know you want to think it's you, but it's help with mom. But we'll take it, okay? I just want to say that. And I like that. Okay? Be happy. You're going to be good too. You're going to go through a lot of changes, but I don't want you to be afraid of the changes, she's saying. She doesn't want you to be afraid of that because you overthink things, and she's saying, don't. You know. Don't overthink them. When you overthink it, you're making it worse. You already know what to do. When you get that first message, trust it. That's the one you want to hang on to. Okay? Okay.
Awesome.
Is this one or two?
Oh gosh.
I know, they're
That's
sticky.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Tess. Well, we just got Tess.
Hey, Tess. Okay, well then all right, there you go. Oh, butterflies. You see lots of butterflies. Pay attention to butterflies. Okay? Transformation, lots of changes coming, but you're blessed with the change. I see a big butterfly right above your head.
I mean, that's crazy. They just
Both of them.
right back to back.
She's orchestrating all of this. You know that, right?
Right.
Okay.
She's good. Carrie. Carrie.
Hi.
Wondering if my dad has any advice for myself and my husband with our business for moving into expansion.
Carrie's expanding the
It's
business.
interesting, I keep getting lots of legalities. So make sure you're running it with the intention of the what if, and you're covered. You're not. Don't. Okay, congratulations, you're gonna do fine, but the legalities, he keeps showing me lots of papers. So you need to sit there and say, okay, like check, I got this covered, this covered, this covered. Okay, this is very, very important. And he's saying, think before you leap, but all your T's have to be crossed, your I's dotted. Don't go into anything with your trust as much as your legalities being covered. All right? You had a very smart father. But everything with him, he read everything, he researched everything. This was your dad. And I see him with glasses and he's looking at everything. And he's saying there's things that are going past you, don't. Circle back and do it. Business is business, he's saying. Wow.
Wow, right? Don't leave with the heart. Don't go talk to Laura.
Wow, very interesting. I had an uncle who was very successful back in his day. He always had a string of restaurants, and he did not believe in buying anybody dinner. He said, business is business, I have an overhead. If I want to treat you for a dinner, I will take you out, or I will have you at my home. This is why he was so successful. Very interesting. Okay. You're welcome.
Okay, I just pulled out two
Okay.
stuff together. Eileen? Eileen? Here's Eileen.
Hi.
I'm definitely interested in like what I have to do to attract the perfect man in my life.
Stay off the internet. How about that?
Don't ask me.
Well, and here's why I say this. Look, the internet is good for some things, but I don't believe in it for dating. I don't. I mean, you'll have some good success stories, but very few. Look, society has to get back out there again.
I'm going on the meetup for singles born in the 60s, so I'm not going to put myself out there.
Well, but you're trying too hard. Every time you're going out, you're looking for them. What did I tell you before? Don't look. Let it find you. You're trying too hard. So just go, have fun. If you meet somebody, great, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world. Here's the thing, okay? And I say this with no conceit here. I need to say this to you. Anything I've ever wanted in my life, I've gotten. You're gonna say, really? What? How? All right, I put it out there, what I believed I would have, but I would never put a timeline on it. Here's where people are making mistakes. They're putting timelines on everything. It's a human reaction that does not jive with universe. Because when you do that, you're showing them you don't have faith. So, when you take the timelines out, everything will come. Universe will orchestrate it to you. I hear it all the time, especially with young women. My biological clock is going, when am I gonna do this? I'm like, stop. You're gonna do it, but you're not helping it. You know what, and at the end, even when they still disagree with me, I'll say, well, your way's not working, is it? And they're like, no. I said, okay. It's not working for a reason because you have to learn patience, but you have to learn trust. My famous two words are trust and relax. You know what? That's one of the stipulations why you have to learn here, why you're here.
So we come in with these big soul contracts and big lessons. Sometimes it's patience, trust, right?
Yep.
Faith.
Faith and just knowing. If you know you're going to get it, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. You just have, here, put the intention out and then throw it away. Put it out there and that's it. You're done. Many times I say to women that are wanting to be mothers, have you put the intention you want to be a mother? Well, no. Well, why don't you? Why don't you say to the universe, I am ready to be a mother any way you want to give it to me, not the way you think you should be a mother, and you will be a mother. There's many ways to become a mother. You can be a stepmother. You can maybe adopt. Maybe you'll be a foster. Maybe you'll inherit maybe your niece's child. You don't know. Okay? This is very interesting. So you have to be open to your intentions, not closed-minded. Well, he has to be this and he has to be that. No, here's another thing. When you're praying, you pray for healthy love. both personally and professionally in all that surrounds me. Ask that every single day. And I promise you, it will come. You just have to really learn to trust. So trust and relax. In the meantime, when you're going to these nice places, go and have fun. Okay? Without this stipulation, oh, maybe it's today, I'm gonna meet the guy today. Who cares? You meet him, you don't. Go and have fun. Because when your guard is down, that's when universe gives it to us. Okay.
Eileen, you're going to a singles bar? There's a place called the Singles Bar?
There's a meetup group called Singles for the 60s.
Okay, got it.
Almost every week. So I go to a lot of their events, and every Friday night I go to a dance that has like 200 people. And
Fun.
my intention always when I go is to get 10,000 steps. I don't even care about the fact that
All right, well, let's tweak your intention. The steps are awesome, and show me healthy love while I get my 10,000 steps. You can make an amendment.
You know, I would recommend this. I said this to a client of mine, okay? And when she sat down, I said, you golf a lot. She goes, I do. I go, you like golfing? She goes, yeah, I do. I said, okay, why don't you join a foundation that's dear to your heart, and when they have a golf outing, why don't you volunteer to work the golf outing? Okay? Just appease me. Just try it. If it doesn't work, fine. So she did. There was a golf outing in Wooddale. I guess the one golf place is in Wooddale. Anyway, she met two men. She was dating two men at the same time. Okay? It was, yeah. Yeah, right? Well, your chances of golfing, okay, it's an expensive sport. Long story short, she did. And then after 6 months, the one guy that was still in the running, she's engaged to him. So, kind of widen your scope in volunteering. You don't have to work in the soup kitchen. There's some fun things to do when you volunteer, but I always say volunteer the events.
That you like.
Yes.
That you like.
Yeah, because you're paying it forward and you're receiving it. Think about that.
Look how excited she just got.
I get excited. Okay. Really, that's the way I look
I
at it.
would say you're pretty
Okay.
damn great. Rosemary LM. Rosemary LM.
Hi.
What's your question, hon?
I don't know what we were just talking about right now. I guess if my dad has a message for me.
Your father? Okay. Rosemary's dad.
Okay, let me see. I keep getting two things. He's sitting at the table. Did he drink a lot of coffee? Every day, okay. He's drinking that, but then he also liked outside. Very interesting. He's telling me to tell you, you need to be outside as much as you can. You're not. You're going to get messages that will be strengthening when you're outside. It's very interesting. He's in the car a lot with you when you drive. So I know you think about him a lot, but you think about a lot of things. And it helps to have his picture in there. When you have his picture in the visor, he will come in strength with you. This is very interesting. You don't need to keep something in your purse as much as you need it in the car in the visor. And that's what he's telling me to tell you. That's very interesting.
Got a picture handy? You can throw it
You
in the
should put it on.
Yeah, you're going to.
Wow.
Update that.
He wants it in the visor. Yeah. Because he feels that that will actually bring him more forward when you can see him, and it's going to be more real for you. And that's all you need. Very interesting. So yes, I want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay, by the way. He really is okay. He's saying thank you. You did a lot for him. He knows how much you loved him. Don't have any regret. You think a lot, and you think you go back and forth. He said, stop. You did everything right. Okay.
Awesome. What's your question?
I know. Well, my grandparents, I feel them really strongly sometimes, and sometimes I don't.
Sometimes you what?
Grandparents wondering if
They're there a lot and
Okay.
strongly, but then other times I feel like they left.
Well, they actually
That's a
do.
great question. Actually, I like this question because when they pass, they usually are around us a lot, okay? And then they kind of drift off, and then you think, well, where are they? How come they're not here? They are here, but they don't want us to be too dependent on them. They want us to start getting on without them in a human physical form. okay? And I do want to say that. I keep getting there's like a ring. Do you have somebody's ring? Is there a ring of one of the grandparents? And if you don't have it, somebody else does. Who has this ring?
Grace has it?
You have it. Oh, okay. All the energy is on it. So when you want to feel, you need to give this back to her and let her feel it for a few minutes. And all of a sudden, you're going to have a dream about them, and they're going to come in your dream. So that brings me to another thing. Articles of clothing, a scarf, a ring, a watch, a pendant. Very interesting. Loaded with energy. Good energy. Wear it. Even if it's just for a few minutes, wear it, because you're facilitating them to come. And it's wonderful, and they will. You don't have, and don't say, come in my dreams tonight, I'm watching for you. No. Just wear it and just enjoy what you're feeling. I promise you, you'll see it. This is weird. I'm going to ask you this, and I don't know why. Is there something of a tattoo? I keep getting, did somebody get a tattoo, or is somebody thinking about a tattoo?
We were just talking about it today.
Got it.
You were talking
Okay.
on the way here about a
Got
tattoo.
it. By the way, you will get a tattoo, okay?
She's getting a tattoo. That's fun. Mary, we just put you in. That's weird. Okay, listen, this is not rigged. This is
No, she's right. She's right. Who's Mary?
Mary. What's your question?
Oh, hi, Mary.
Carrie.
Okay, Mary.
My mother passed
Okay.
years ago, and we had, she was very sick. We had an event, and we said that it was really special. We thought that she was there for like a minute, and conscious of it for a minute. And I wonder if she can tell me whether she was.
Okay, was she alive at this event? Okay, and you're asking, I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
So
She was sick, and you want to know if she acknowledged it. Okay, she was sick at the event, so she wants to know if she was absorbing it, which is, of course, her soul.
Well,
was
I
absorbing.
think she was, but it's interesting. I think she absorbs more now, because I hate to say it, when you're sick, you're not 100%. Let's face it. She was sick for quite some time. And I honestly think that it's kind of like a domino effect that I see. When she had one thing wrong, then when you licked it, she had something else and something else. And she's telling me she was very tired. Those are her words. But she is fine. She's good. She keeps showing me flowers.
So, we had a second wedding, my husband and I, we met in our 50s, online, by the way.
Snap.
Once in a while it does.
It does work, okay.
But, we had a second wedding because she had end-stage dementia, and we didn't think it was good for her to do a big wedding. And we had her in a care facility. And one moment that one of my very good friends saw was that she looked at the flower, and she said, "This is the most beautiful flower I've ever seen."
She said this is the most beautiful flower I've ever seen. And she's talking about flowers.
So there is where she was present. There you go. You see what I'm saying? We choose what we think. Don't do that.
Right.
They're going to come in a different way. Hi, okay.
So, okay, I'm an adoptee since, I was born.
You're what?
Adoptee.
Oh, okay.
My mom and my mom never wanted to meet my birth mom, but she did, like, it was in the year before she passed away, right? And she was a little angry at me, a little miffed, but they had a really good conversation. What I'm wondering is, like, I lost them both within a year of each other.
They're actually together.
I was wondering, like, how...
You know, it's so funny that you say that. I can understand where your adopted mother.
100%, because she had two babies that had passed away, and that's why they adopted. And she never wanted to...
Don't feed the medium.
What did you say? Oh.
Don't feed the medium.
Oh, no,
I'm just waiting
no,
to
no,
do it.
no. Well, here's what I...
It's her line, not mine. I'm just-
Well, what I was going to say is I understand where your adopted mother's coming from. Because, it's very hard to share that. It's a hard thing. She loved you and you were her baby.
Absolutely.
And that was, you will be her baby always, okay? But here's the thing that I want to say about can I just say this really quick? I want to say this, you need to hear it. You were kindred spirits with your adopted mother in another lifetime. Now, what happened, and because I can do past lives, so I just got a glimpse. Your mother lost you in another lifetime. That's why she was so protective. No, no, that's okay. You have to understand where this is coming from. Your mother lost you in another lifetime. We're recycled souls in new bodies. Okay, so many times we will come in this lifetime without phobias that aren't justified. Like for somebody who is afraid of drowning, is afraid of water, but never drowned in this lifetime. Where is this fear coming from? A past life, okay? This is what was going on with your mother. So she was hanging on to you for dear life. Do you understand? Okay, so she's telling me to tell you it's all good now, and she's fine, and she's very grateful to your biological mother. But it's funny, your biological mother rerouted you back to her. So, you have the best in both worlds. That's beautiful. You are very special, and you are so protected and so loved on the other side.
I just was wondering how they were.
They're fine. They're fine.
How cool. So she does past lives too. She's quite the combo platter if you do make an appointment with Susan, just so you know.
Sherry Jewel. Okay,
Sherry Jewel,
Miss
what's your
Sherry.
question? Hey.
You know, I'm kind of getting like this antsy feeling like we're going to move, but I don't know where, what, or whatever if I am. But I have potential, there's too many houses in my life. So I have potential I could buy my mother-in-law's house at a very good price, but I don't know if I want to. I feel like I might want to just go buy a house on a lake, just get out of this area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess my question is, do you think I'm moving in the next couple of years?
You'll be moving within 3 years. That's a timeline. I'm getting 3 years. Within 3 years. It could be before, but the longest will be 3 years. You need, for the first time in your life, to do what Sherry wants. It's always because of what everybody wanted you to do or what's expected. I don't want you to buy your mother-in-law's house. No, because it's never going to be your house. Energetically, it will always be her house. Not that there's anything wrong with that. For some people, it's good, but I'm critiquing this just to Sherry. It's not for you, Sherry. I'm sure it's a lovely home, but you're a very strong person. You know, you're a psychic medium as well, and you need to go on your own journey. You need to create that for yourself. So do that.
I just know, like, me and her are always like, yeah, we gotta live together.
Great.
Well, and you know
I
what?
picked myself.
Water is probably very, very healing for you because of who you are.
I don't know.
But that's okay. But that's the truth. This is what's good for you. So we'll do it. Okay?
You know you need water.
Yeah.
Nancy G. Nancy G. Nancy G. Hey, Nancy G. What's your
Hi.
question?
Okay, so who's living in our house?
Oh, you got a renter? A spiritual renter.
You know, it's interesting. Do you have an old house?
No, it's only 22 years old. I feel like everyone's living, you just hear people, I mean,
I don't think they're people you ever knew. If that makes any sense. That's why I asked, is it an old house? Your land. You are,
yes, it's the land that
listen to me. Here's what you got to do. Okay, listen. I want you to go to the county and go as far back as you can to find out what was there before. Before houses were built.
Before, it was farm, but where? Like what,
Yeah.
even find what Native American tribe was in that area.
You have to find out because I got to tell you something. You have an entourage of spirits. And you know what? I mean, they can be cleared. Here's the thing. This is what people don't know. When you pass, you get the light for 72 hours. Always remember, so when it's your turn to pass, you're going to see this light. Now, it's 72 hours, not from the day that, the minute you pass at the hospital, at home, or at the car accident scene. It's 72 hours from your cremation memorial or your funeral. The light is big and it's there. But then as time goes by, within 72 hours, it gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. Now here's the problem. Some spirits don't want to go. Some spirits want to stay with their families. Some spirits that were murdered want to hang out and kind of help me solve their case. Okay, so then they miss their window. So here's something. Tell the spirits that they can go to the nearest funeral home and tap into somebody else's light. The light is not exclusive for anyone. If you still can't get rid of them, then you call somebody like me. But my point to the story is, that's what you do. So if they can go to the nearest funeral home and tap into somebody else's light, a lot of times spirits don't know. Because here's the difference. You've got an earthbound spirit and a spirit that's gone through the light that's been touched with God. Totally different. When you've been touched with God, you become one with God. So you have all this beautiful power, spiritual power.
And they're flickering the lights and having dances at your house.
Right.
Right.
Earthbound.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if they're
She's
not,
right.
they're stuck. And so
Earthbound spirits are just like us without a body. Earthbound spirits, if they were mean on earth, they're still mean. See, when I
you just pray for their soul to
Yeah.
find the light
Yeah, okay.
at the nearest funeral home, at the town down the road. You can be specific. We have to get to a couple more questions because they're going to kick us out of here soon.
Okay,
So is that helpful?
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yeah. Does that help?
Today,
Okay.
F.
Hello, my sweet.
What's your question? We want to get in as many as we can.
So I guess my question is, I don't feel that I'm working in my purpose.
What's your purpose?
Well, she doesn't know.
Right.
When's your birthday?
July 7th, 86.
Oh, okay, two things. You are a divine humanitarian. You love to help people, number one, okay? Number two, you need to work by yourself. You cannot be micromanaged. Number three, pick a career that you're not going to be replaced by a machine or AI. For those people that have children, pick a profession that it's not going to be replaced. Okay? So, when you are doing something that really puts a smile on your face, dig deeper. So what I want you to do is write a list of things that bring joy to you. Never do it for the money. People always have it backwards. I'm going to be a doctor because I want to have a lot of money. Nope. You have to do it for the purpose and the passion. My husband taught me this a long time ago, and I'm indebted to him. He's truly the oldest soul, not me, in this house, in my house. He said, when you do what you love, the money will come. And that's what you have to do. So what you need to do is think about how you want to help people. And then you're going to figure it out. But that will be your divine purpose. Now, really quick, you are so intelligent, you're not in the next yard, you're in the next block. You come up with some great ideas. Don't tell people your ideas, people steal them. Okay? You're
Right.
very welcome.
Deb B.
Hey.
It's been 4 years since I lost my honey, and I'm doing very well in my grieving process.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes a lot, and I don't remember what he's telling me.
I think he is definitely, unfortunately, I wish you did remember, but he's got lots to say about what he wants you to do. He doesn't, you are doing good, I will say that, but sometimes you always say, I wonder what he would be thinking if I'm doing this or doing that. It's not about what he's thinking anymore, it's about what you need to do. No guilt. He wants the best for you, but the decision making cannot be based on if he was still here, and that's what you're still doing. He wants you to change it up because you're going to have to change it up. It's going to have to be more to your liking and your opinions on it, and that's what you have to do. He's trying to be your coach. It's okay.
He's very strong-willed.
But he isn't anymore. But I will give him this. He's strong-willed as a spirit to try to give you that message that it's okay. Okay? All right.
Daphne Ortiz. Daphne, quick, what do you got?
Okay, so I like what you said about I own my own PR company and I love it. I'm passionate about all of my clients, and so like you said, the money will come. I've always, when I come across clients, I will see opportunity or products or things like that I get a little bit more interested besides just what I'm supposed to be doing for them. I have an opportunity to take over a client friend's business because she's older, she doesn't have the energy for it, and I really believe in it, but I am stalling and making excuses because I'm scared. I would still stay in PR, and obviously I'd have to get manpower.
Can I be honest with you? Get your manpower. There's going to be tons of extensions with you.
Okay.
Go do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. There's extensions with you. And when's your birthday?
December 20th.
Okay, I can see why you're scared. Okay, you're a people pleaser and you want everything to go good and you don't like drama. But this is going to actually wake you up a little bit and keep you on your toes. Because it's getting a little bit mundane. You know what I'm saying? You're just Okay, this is what's going to keep you on your toes, but it's going to be through this business. It's going to give you great, more ideas with your PR.
Okay.
Think about that. You've got a business that you're going to advertise. Think of yourself as a client.
Yes.
For people that are too nice and they can't do nice things for themselves, think of yourself as a friend. What would you tell your friend? Tell
What would you
yourself
tell your
that.
sister? What
That's
would you
right.
tell your best friend,
Yeah.
right?
Right? She's right.
And also, too, for everybody here, like, your best life is a co-creation of dealing in and then spirit showing up. A lot of people are like, I'm just going to sit on the couch, and if it's meant to be, they'll like knock on my door. That's not how it works, right? We have to deal in. And so if you wake up every day and say, show me the next steps for my highest good and the highest good of all involved, no matter how it shows up, help me trust it. Every day, if that's your prayer, show me the next steps. Show me, like you said, show me. Stop looking for it. Show me the next man for my highest good, Eileen, at the singles bar. I'm doing my 10,000 steps.
Right.
Show me the next, show me, show me, show me. Let them show you. Be that beautiful landing plan. When the plane is landing, it's not going to land where there's chaos and ducks and, traffic. It's going to land in a wide open field. So let everybody remember that. Be the wide open field for your highest good. That's it. Show up and show me. And I think we are being kicked out because they're turning off the lights. So with that, I will say, thank you all so much for coming. Please get Susan's card, SusanRowlen.com, JenWire.com. We'll be back soon.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jen.
all for being here, and thank you, Suze.